IIR presents Data's Anatomy. Comprehending College Cohorts, Season 3, Episode 1, featuring Dan and Daphne, data interns. On this episode, topic, using student cohorts. Importance, understanding and identifying cohorts that can be tracked over time for specific measures such as retention.
Best of the best. Eye of the tiger. One man against the world. Gentlemen, start your engines.
This is a foot race, Dan, not NASCAR.
Yeah, same difference. You're obviously not running since you wore those go-go boots. So can you time Daisy and me while we run?
These are not go-go boots. And besides, I volunteered to help the staff here. So I can't time you from the start.
That's okay. Just start the timer when you catch up with us.
That makes no sense, Dan.
And why not?
It's like our student cohorts. You have to track them from the start.
Cohorts? Are you going to explain that for me?
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
A cohort is a group of people banded together in some way. For example, our first time in college cohort, we can track this group from their first step in the door until they complete. For example, we've been tracking our 2013 FTIC cohort for the past 3 years. We track them for outcomes such as time to completion and retention. About 50% of TCCD's 2013 fall FTIC cohort were retained 1 year later into 2014 fall, whereas roughly 33% were retained into the 2015 fall term 2 years after they started. It's important that we track any cohort from the beginning. If not, we don't really know how long they've been in college or what they've experienced. And this is the same reason why I would have to time your race from the start. If I started timing you at mile 2, for instance, I would have no idea how fast you ran during mile 1.
I certainly don't want to guess. That would be too inaccurate.
That's right, Dan.
Back at the race.
Now that I've visualized my victory and know what a cohort is, I'm ready.
At least you know you know.
And now you know I know I know.
Dan, you're so lost.
Yeah, lost like a champion.
To be continued. Next time on Data's Anatomy, covering community and industry education.
This is Dan,
And Daphne.
signing out. Gotta run. See you next time.
IIR, slamming the data.
For more information, go to our website. Be sure to check out our existing reports and other helpful videos.
Questions? Contact us at IIR.